In this video, I want to go over the best Black Friday deals for Warhammer players. Unlike most videos like this, I'm not going to try to just cram this full of affiliate links. It's just going to be the best actual deals I found for Warhammer products. So I'll just go ahead and get my shameless self-promotion out of the way right now. My name, Contact Xenos, is on sale for, it's about $10 for digital, or if you want digital and hard copy, it's about $20. And you can buy that either through Board Game Vault or Drive-Thru RPG. Now, for buying models through actual Games Workshop, they're not going to be running a sale. They never really do. The closest you're going to be able to get is the Battleforce sets, which are kind of like their Christmas specials. Every year, they just kind of rotate what their options are. And this year, here's what we have. And they'll all be roughly a 20% discount, but it is just a pre-made set. So if you do like one of these, it is a pretty good way to save money, especially if you find it somewhere that is already running another Black Friday sale. You can really stack up those discounts. For outside the US, the best store I've seen that's running a discount that I've heard of before is Wayland Games. It looks like a lot of their stuff is 25% off, which is pretty major when it comes to Games Workshop products. Even stores that almost always offer a discount normally cap it around 10% off. So 20 to 25 is awesome. Now for in the US, I saw two stores that had really good discounts. One is Imperium Miniatures. So I actually just heard of them. They were a sponsor on one of Ospec's Tactics videos, and they're in Sellersburg, Indiana, which is only about 50 minutes away from me, so I'm surprised I'd never heard of them before. I think that actually makes them the closest local game store to where I live. So I'm actually excited to go check them out in person pretty soon, hopefully play some games there. So it looks like standard, they run 15% off all the time anyways, and then they're running another Black Friday deal on top of that. So I'm guessing that's going to make everything roughly that 20 to 25% off, and they're going to have a couple other specials going on. Another store in the US that has really good deals right now is Frontline Gaming. So I think they run a standard, once again, like 10 to 15% off Games Workshop stuff in general, but they're also running some other sales right now. Like their secondhand store is a really good way to get cheap miniatures if you don't care about it already being built and maybe having to repaint it. Like me and my friends every once in a while would go in and just buy a lot of secondhand models just to save on shipping. And we've always been pretty happy with it. We've never really gone a dud. If it is something broken, we know that from the pictures ahead of time. Like I've bought 2 Def Dreads recently and the arms were broken off, but I knew that when I bought it. And I got 2 of them for the price of 1. Another sale they have going on right now is with their accessories and their actual like battlefields with the train and mats. So I really like the gaming mat they sell. It's all neoprene, so think basically a giant mouse pad with like a battlefield design into it. And they sell them in a variety of sizes, so whether it's Warhammer, you're doing Combat Patrol or Kill Team or whatever it is, they probably have the right size for what you actually need. Then they also have things that match that, like they have objective markers that are made to match that mat. And they have train pieces that, I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically like a hard cardboard that you glue together, so you don't have to paint it. It looks solid right out of the box. Like, probably not as good as having actual plastic Games Workshop pieces, but pretty solid. It's a little easier to store. I think it's more affordable. So I've really liked using that personally. I will say they work better for actual big games of Warhammer than they do Kill Team. So I wouldn't use it for Kill Team necessarily. We have, and it works okay, just not awesome. Yeah, but all that stuff is about 25% off for this weekend. So if you've been thinking about buying something like that, now's a really good time. So when it comes to paint and hobby supplies, most places really don't run very good discounts. I think because that stuff's expensive to ship. The best thing I've seen is from Gnomish Bazaar, which I actually have bought paints through before. Their options are Monument and Army Painter paints. So they don't have Citadel from what I've seen, at least not on their Black Friday sale. A lot of their paints are about half off right now. And they have some of those big bundles for sale, like the big Army Painter speed paint bundles. So if you just want to actually start out a collection of paints, that could be a really good way to save some money on that. So there's a ton of companies that make those third-party models for Warhammer, where they're for Warhammer, but they don't say they're for Warhammer, probably for copyright reasons. But Major Minis is the only one I've ever actually bought through. So they're having a sale right now. It looks like it's about 20% off. So when I did a review of his miniatures, I said I thought they were pretty solid. A lot of people came back and were really mad that they don't do more of the work for you, like actually taking it off the support beams. And I think really what that comes down to is a lot of people love Major Kill and a lot of people can't stand Major Kill. So if you like him or hate him, you kind of know that already. That's going to really skew your opinion of his miniatures. But if you like him and you like the product, they are on sale right now. So I haven't actually used any of the other third-party miniature companies. There's been a couple random like one-off things through Etsy, but none of the big companies that run Black Friday sales. So if you know any of those, or you know any other small businesses that are actually selling stuff on Black Friday that you'd like to support, let me know down in the comments. And later today, I'll do a post, just like a YouTube post, saying what those companies are to kind of show them some support. Thank you for watching.